Different school and criminology. School of criminology. They have a classical school, new classical school, positive school, socialist school, and French school. Uh, let's move on. Let's start from the classical school. Classical school. Classical school of criminology is a body of thought about the reformed crime and the best method of punishment by a group of the European philosopher and scholar in the 18th century. It took, it took place during the Enlightenment, a movement in Western countries that promoted the use of reason as the basic of legal authority. An Italian philosopher, Cesare Beccaria, is considered to the founder of the classical school. The classical school usually refers to the 18th century work during the Enlightenment by the utilitarian and the social contract philosophers. Jeremy Bentham and Cesar Beccaria, their interest to lay in the system of criminal justice and penology and indirectly through the proposition that the man is calculating animal. In case the causes of criminal behavior, the classical school of thought was premised on the idea that people have free will in making decisions, and that punishment can be deterrent for crime so long as the punishment is proportional, fits the crime, and carry out uh, property. Now, the classical school is work of the 18th century. The Lutheran and social contract of philosopher by the Jeremy Bentham and Cesar Vicaria. No, they have that two person are also interested by the criminal justice and penology indirectly through the propositions of uh, a man calculating the animal. Okay. The classical school during at the of the 18th century, Vicaria and the pioneer of the modern criminology expanded the classical school of criminology by objecting to concept and evil spirit. He attributed crime to the free will of the individual. He was much influenced by the utilitarian theory of the pain and pleasure. People can understand the difference between the right and wrong, can choose to commit crime or follow the rule. Punishment should fit the crime without regard of individual differences. Punishment should be accorded keeping in view the pleasure derived by the criminal from the crime and the pain causes of the victim of from it. Classical school. The classical schools mainly focuses on the crime itself, not the necessary the criminal. The classical school aim to prevent crimes and have punishment for each offense committed by the criminal established in advance. Overall, the classical school focuses on the preventing crimes than the punish of the people who to commit them. New classical school. Now, let's move on from the second new classical school of criminology. They have a background. Some of classical theory was challenged by the other theories. That's why the classical school modified as new classical school of criminology. This theory is of that versions of classical school of criminology. It was theory of death by Cesar Beccaria and Jeremy Bentham. This theory reminds the same points of classical school of criminology and few more following updated. This theory defined as someone has not free will. There was flaw in classical theory. Everyone has free will except those who are the insane, abnormal mentality. Ah, by Jeremy Bentham in 1748 to 1832. He believed that the punishment reduced future deviance by installing a fear of punishment in the criminal offense and society. Punishment should be just a bit and exist of the pleasure derived from the act and not higher than that. And from the Caesar Vicaria, then also, in 1738 to 1794, he believed that the punishment should be determined than the retributional. The law should be confined within the punishment prescribed in advance. Punishment should be limited less harsher to only that the necessary to deter people from ever committing it again. Punishment should be severe, certain, and swift. The criminal justice system should be organized around the crime prevention. Now let's move on positivist school. The positive school criminology. Lombroso work helped lay on foundation from the positivist school of criminology. Argues crime is due to forces beyond the individual's control. They have a biological, physiological, and social factor forces. Relying on the scientific method now dominates the field. Positive school of thought. Action are determine the sociological, biological, and physiological causes, not rational free will choices. Crime has an antecedent cause, whereas classical criminologists assume not inherited difference between the criminals and the non-criminal. Positivists assume those who commit crimes are somehow different from those do not who do not. Positivism core is empiricism and determinism. Knowledge can be disturbed. Knowledge can be discovered only by the means of the office. Observation, experience. Criminologists must use scientific method to collect empirical fact determine the factor that lead to criminal behavior. Individual differences are rooted within the factors beyond the control of individuals. Their behavior is determined by something that than their free will to choice can justify intervention into offender leaves to cure than the conventional how much and what kind of interventional is allowed. Positivism. Positivists they believe that is a science. They exert that sociologists should aim to uncover social laws in the same way that the natural scientists uncover by biological, physical, and or chemical laws. However, the positivist sociological approach has been criticized. Many argue that despite a century of research, no scientific social laws have been identified. Positivism, the positivism is commented or sociology that the queen of the sciences. They have the enlightenment, uh, objectivity, observable social fact, inductive reasoning and verification, hypothesis testing, qualitative data, general laws of cause of effect, deta- detachment, value, freedom, social fact as thing, doctism, study of society. The sociologist school, we have a fourth, fourth school now, based on the writing of Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels that began around in 1850. They have emphasized that economic determinism it is to concentrate on the need for quality among all citizens. Their theories are based upon the basic idea that poverty causes people to be included to criminal activities. Poverty. Poverty meaning the condition of the group only was whose income is low and, and therefore the standard of living is not enough to sustain normal health and efficiency. Friend School emphasize the interactions between the social or physic- physiological factors, the importance of biological and physical factors. In crimes causation, it posted that crime was socially defined and that it was a socially determined. It is emphasized the possible of environmental causes of human behavior. In science, the French school is better described as the multidisciplinary tradition that accepted sociological, sociological determinism, bio, biophysiological, and proportional, and even as a degree of free will. On Major of Thinking of French School by Gabriel Tarde. He was a French lawyer and sociologist. He emphasized that sociologist factors were sufficient to explain why crime spread over time within each society. Tarde contended that some people learn to engage in crime much as other people learn legitimate occupation and social custom. Thank you, and that's all my discussions for the school of thought, the five school of thought, the differences, skull, and criminology. Thank you.